is...
I waved with the...
Can't see the bubbles for... Oh, I'm in front of the camera. Do it again. Yeah. You see, we were at Teddy and...
Collective age of 5.
We were at Teddy and the Omega Geeks... No, Omega Geeks.
You better start over.
Oh,
we're very tired, let me just tell you what.
And the Avatar Decent Humor's wedding yesterday, and one of the things that they did was they gave us bubbles instead of confetti, which was really cool. So, bubbles, toils and troubles.
Wee.
And then, we had lots of fun. They had really great ideas for the wedding, such as they gave us Legos to play with, and you got to make things, and then the winner, the best Lego thingy, got chocolate, and then they had a pub quiz as part of the wedding. And we fucking won!
We won a huge box of Cadbury chocolates.
I helped slightly.
What was our team called, honey?
We were the Cat Girl Army, because we think Justin would have won it that way.
Because he did
It's
pub
pub quiz,
quizzes, so... But we won a big box of Cadbury's chocolate.
Which will be dispersed to everyone we know ever.
Yeah.
So if you'd like a piece, please write to the American.
No, write to Linkara.
Oh yeah, write to Linkara.
But last night we were meant to do a vlog with Susie the Blockbuster chick who was over, but we arrived back at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that
so
just wasn't happening.
didn't
We've
happen.
been up since like forever.
Yeah, so we were going to watch a Japanese horror movie called House, but...
How was it?
me and Omega might watch that tonight, but I doubt it'll be a vlog.
Yeah.
But today, us 3 went to see...
4 of us, but the imaginary 4th person.
You are the 4th viewer.
She's participating from downstairs, where Game of Thrones is taking place.
Yes. So, this film has been out in America for about 3 weeks, so it's a bit dated, so we don't need to worry about spoilers.
Yeah.
There will be spoilers.
Yeah, all the way through, because
Spoiler, it's shit.
most of you
So
people
bad.
have seen it, or can't see it, so too late.
The thing about this movie, it's called
It's shit
Unfriended.
posting the horror.
Yeah, it's like, this read like something off of No Sleep, like if you're on Reddit. This read like copy pasta.
It read like one of the submissions that gets rejected from the SCP Foundation.
This was bad. This was bad creepypasta is what this was. But it was a horror movie about social media that was so boring, I literally had to, only proper etiquette kept me from checking my own social media during the movie.
During the movie, I want to show this before I forget.
Oh, yeah.
During the movie, one of the characters sends a link to one of the other characters that clearly says unexplainedforums.net, which I took out my little mobile device and typed into my browser. This is what unexplainedforums.net is.
It's dick butt.
It's dick butt.
Right in your face there.
But, okay, I will defend this film, at least conceptually, because I still think that webcam and social media-based horror film, it's a perfectly fine way to do a horror film. I don't think it's had its great work yet. Like, when we were driving back, I compared this to The Last Broadcast, which was the first modern found footage movie. And it wasn't very good. But then, several years later, Blair Witch happened, and, I will defend that film to my dying breath. I really hope people will continue to do social media-based films, although it's probably not going to become a big thing, and I would like to see a really good one, because the first, as far as I can tell, webcam-based horror thing that was ever done, and I could be wrong about this, was an episode of Urban Gothic about 15 years ago called The End. Check out my Urban Gothic reviews for it. It was fucking phenomenal. It was a zombie apocalypse done with webcams. Dramatic. Don't worry, I'll pause the thing.
Alright.
And we're back. That was a mysterious call with the Pony Man from Equestria Girls.
Ponies.
Yes.
Burners,
I was talking to him.
Well, like, the thing about this movie is, I know what they were going for. And other people have said this about other things, so I'll say it. It's good that they were innovating. It's just,
It was...
To go back to the point that the tall sexual was making there, the film isn't bad because it's through Skype. It's interesting because of that. Maybe the only bit of interest that comes from that. The film is bad because of a number of different reasons. It's A1, the plot is crap. It relies very heavily on jump scares. It's just pretty boring throughout because there's nothing that happens that you don't see coming. Like the guy who gets off waving a gun around all the time being like, I'm going to shoot your ghost, shoots himself. The guy who...
I'm gonna rip your nipples off.
It was
guy-
like, haha, look, I made salsa with my food processor. Ends up with his hand in his face in the food processor.
The guy who's like sitting threatening his girlfriend with a knife for sexy times stabs himself.
But actually,
The
like, in a
hand.
really not, like, in a really playful kind of way, she's like, that's really violent, but it gets me off. And he's like, haha.
The blonde one, she was that hair
She
straighteners?
died off screen.
Was that hair straighteners?
Yeah, it looked like, or a curling iron. It looked like she had a
We never
curling
saw
iron
that. We
shoved
never
down
saw,
her
they
throat.
weren't Chekhov gunned.
I thought it was a hose.
Oh, I thought it was a
I
curling
thought they
iron.
stuck a hose down her throat and turned it on.
No, because she was in the bathroom, and there was smoke coming out.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was water.
I,
That just shows you.
that one wasn't Chekhov.
Everything in this movie had a terrible compression algorithm over the top of it.
Well, that was to disguise cuts.
Yeah. I mean, it...
And
the thing is that,
honestly-
like, there were some parts where, like, it took, like, 20 seconds to download a picture.
Yeah.
But if her internet speed was really that... And she was also seeding... She was seeding a Miley Cyrus video at the same time. But the thing is, like, if her connection was really that poor, she wouldn't be able to run Skype. You know?
It took the file's 1 meg and it took over 20 seconds to download.
The next one was like bigger and
The next
seconds.
Yeah.
one was 1.5 meg and it took 2 seconds. At some point, YouTube at obviously low quality was going.
Yeah.
At other
Although
points, she was
fair enough
watching
that-
HD videos and having
Yeah.
a conversation with 5
With
people
no
on Skype.
compression.
The transfer.
Although,
though-
in some fairness, though, some videos, like, just won't load. I don't know why,
the,
but
the
no.
speedy transfer thing, though, for the audience, that was an attempt to build tension. So that's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have an in-universe excuse particularly, except the ghost was maybe messing with her, but it has the meta excuse.
And the ghost has the ability to... We should probably tell, like, the whole plot. Like, so basically there was this girl, Laura Barnes, and she died... She committed suicide a year ago. The thing begins with a link to LiveLink, and her shooting herself in the face. Because someone posted this video online of her getting drunk, possibly getting raped, and shooting herself at a beach party. And it was posted online, everyone bullied her and said, oh, kill yourself, and so she did.
Yeah, the bullying was very much focused around the words "kill yourself."
Yeah.
Yeah, but even when it made no sense.
Although that's a thing now, though, too, because now, like, everyone on Tumblr was like, oh, lol, kill yourself.
The caption at the end of the video was "kill yourself, leaky Laura." It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that made no sense. That they should have it there. I mean, in comments and stuff, people do say that because they're idiots. But having the end of the video, it didn't make sense. It should have just been like Leaky Laura or whatever.
Yeah, it's just... And then, like, so you have these 5 teens, and they're all pretty reprehensible. This takes place in Fresno, California, so they're white and wealthy, and they're talking about prompts. They're probably
Angry white
seniors.
people be horrible.
With, like, you know, they're really good internet connections, well, occasionally, and they're really good software. And I'm like...
and
shut
their
up. None of them
obvious
are
lack of
likable.
genre savviness.
Yeah, none of them are likable, and they're like, lol, what's a ghost? I'll just click on any link I see.
And there was the unexplained forums that she got, which explains exactly how to save your life in this situation. Which is,
didn't
you know,
work out.
I confess.
Which is the
sin.
forum I showed you there.
Yeah, one of them sent it to the other one, and then neither of them sent it to everyone else. And you know, the main character woman who read this several times never thought to say, "Everyone, we've clearly got some sort of angry ghost here. It says in order to save ourselves, we've got to confess our sins.
And it did
Confess shit."
It did the standard thing of ripping them apart and getting them at each other's throats, and everyone
And
had...
you slept with you, even though you're boyfriend with him.
Oh!
Yes, we didn't see that
And
coming.
it's just so...
It was a slasher movie.
Stupid.
It was an 80s style slasher movie done with modern tech with a ghost instead of a slasher. Because having sort of teenagers being reprehensible and horrible and you being happy when they die, those are old slasher tropes.
And it was so bad because so she uses Chrome, and she had, like, all on her bookmarks bar, like, Pinterest and Tumblr and Jezebel and Forever 21. And I was like, seriously? Like, the only good part of this was that there seemed to be 2 different sets of, you know, YouTube has the recommended ones on videos on the side. There seemed to be 2 standard sets that they used, and one of them was, OMG, cat does a backflip. And I'm like, I bet that's a fake video, but I kind of want to search for that.
There's another one which is so creepy. Cat watches me sleep.
Yeah, and one was like, plating food, like less than 20 ribs, and I was like, oh, do look like good ribs. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be dated in years, and I just wanted to be on my phone through the entirety of it. And
I really wish they'd had, like, links to, you know, Cinema Snob or something. That would have been hilarious.
that'd been really cool. He could have been like,
And then
I would have liked this.
And Brad and
It
the
had me in it.
And Brad and the VLOgs like, oh, what the fuck, oh man.
That's my Brad Jones impersonation, thank you. Brad's a nice guy, though.
You're doing
But-
a deep voice. You just got to do the gravel over a normal tone of voice.
I can't do that, though, but the way he smiles, it's like almost like Jack Nicholson. It was like,
Yeah, the Cinema Snob character sounds like Jack Nicholson too.
yeah. Well, Brad's a nice guy, though. But, yeah, so it just, I hated them all, and I wanted them all to die. The best part of the movie
Slasher trope.
was when she reaches out through chat roulette to try to
Yeah.
get someone to help her. And I'm like, there's going to be a dick pic. There's going to be a dick pic. And then I remembered it was like, what, 15 rated?
I can't remember.
Something
There
like
was a
that.
dick pic.
There
It
was?
was a blurry dick pic.
Oh, I missed the dick.
It was like you saw what was clearly not a cock, but
Oh.
obviously supposed to be. It was
Someone's-
clearly a synthetic. But
And then,
it was just like the one video that didn't load instantly in chat roulette. It was like blurry coming into focus.
Oh.
She was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, next."
but so she finally gets this girl in Nevada who's like sitting there with her headphones on, petting her cat. Now here's the thing: it had been dark for hours in California, hours while this is going on, right? She's in Nevada, sitting in front of a window with natural light streaming through the window. Like it looked like 3 in the afternoon. I was like, yeah, because Nevada is on Greenwich Mean Time apparently.
This woman, she looked okay. She's clearly doing. If she's not a lesbian, she's doing lesbian chic, but she's clearly the lookalike of the woman who owns the porn store in Better Than Chocolate, the Canadian lesbian
she
movie.
looked like a blonde version of the lead singer of Pamplemousse, actually.
Oh, as well.
I just
You know
saying.
that sort of classic lesbian look, which Mega is halfway there.
Yeah, I know. I'm too fat for it, really.
I'm better at it.
Yeah, you are actually.
But there's some other little bits to this, such as just randomly the other characters, even though on Skype together, are messing around and talking. We can't hear them.
See, I wasn't sure if that was an issue of her computer did that thing where sometimes it gets an audio setting in its head where, oh wait, you're using this program that's in the fore. I'll just mute the volume on this or dim the volume.
Yeah, it could
which I
have been
also
that
have
at
to
the
go
start.
in.
But then whenever what was the girl
I was
called
like,
Blair?
excuse me, are you paying attention? She's like, see, I thought that was just a reflection of her attention, like, because she wasn't paying attention to the chat. It kind of.
Well, that's possible. But then also in Facebook, you had. This is set a year after the woman died, and she died in April 2013, so April 2014. And
Yeah.
then, if you look at her Facebook messages, the last one that came in, there was one that came in earlier that day. The previous ones, they stopped in September or
No,
October.
the last one was in December. No, because
it was
because you were reading it. You were reading it the British way. It was 12/9. Yeah.
So 9th of December. But still, that's 4 months back.
Yeah, well, I don't always use. Sometimes I'll go for months without using Facebook Messenger. I mean, it just depends if I.
Yeah, but
need
she was
Facebook
using
Messenger.
Facebook all the time in the actual film.
Maybe she deleted them.
John, John, John!
But yeah, it was just, and like you find out that basically they all had a part in it, and the girl was like, "You're my best friend," but she was with the guy who filmed it and posted it, and it's just.
This
No, she filmed it.
Oh, I thought the implication was he posted and
No.
filmed it, but she was there.
She filmed it. He posted it.
Oh.
This woman, she works out partway through about obviously Ghost has powers, knows telepathic stuff, can make you commit suicide, all this shit, and still she refuses to admit that she filmed the thing until she sees it. It's like, did she have a blackout when she filmed it?
Well, they were blackout drunk.
How fucking stupid do you have to be
So
to not realize, oh, Ghost is mind controlling my friends into doing this. She knows all the shit that's going on. And she wants me to confess. Just fucking confess!
And then at the end of the Ghost's big win is it posts the video unedited on her Facebook, and then immediately, because of course apparently everyone in their class is always on every social media platform at all times, like the ding ding ding, like people commenting, "Kill yourself! Oh, I hate you! You should go to hell!" And then the Ghost is like, "Haha! See now you will." I have my great revenge. And I'm like, actually, that is a pretty good revenge, because now she'll be ostracized, but then the Ghost kills her at the end anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though she's confessed and fully admitted it.
Well, she
And
didn't confess to that part of
she
it.
did. She said it right at the end after the Ghost showed her. Yes, I did it. I'm so sorry. And she was like, "Oh,
Too
then-"
late!
No, the ghost was like, "No, you have to live with it."
Yeah.
And then killed her.
Yeah.
It was another ghost. It was the blonde one.
It's just they were like the guys called the girls sluts, and it was apparently the main girl messed around with her boyfriend's best friend like 2 times, and he's like, "No, you're a slut forever," and the one guy gave the other guy in for selling weed, and then someone had an abortion. I was like, Shut up.
The guy popped collar Broski,
Yeah.
who had killed himself with a gun. But like I said earlier, I will defend it conceptually.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, like I know what they were trying to do, and even though it wasn't a success, good for innovating.
All of its issues are the same sort of shit you get in other horror films, so it's not particularly bad in this one. And okay, I have a tendency to forgive films if they're trying something authentically unusual. And though this isn't exactly a new idea, but because it's been mostly terrible films have done this, but I really hope this becomes a thing, not in a constantly making films like this, but in another sort of way to make films. I feel the same way about 48 Frames and The Hobbit. It's not going to be good for every film, and not every film we use it's going to be good, but I want more tricks to be available in common filmmaking.
Like, I keep thinking that this could have been done a different way to make it good, but I can't exactly get my head around how. I'll have to think about it for a while.
I think this could have easily been good if it turned out that the entity doing this was a computer virus, and it wasn't supernatural, and it was the weed-dealing hacker guy who'd done it all along.
Oh, yeah.
If he had decided that he felt too guilty about his involvement, but didn't have any proof of the others, he could have been doing this to be like, you fuckers all done this, and then posted the screen caps of the messages up.
Okay, I see that.
Because he's
Was it
shown...
part of his plan? You know, my great plan, I will shred my hand.
Well, no. Like, okay, I see where you're going. Like, because he was like, I don't know why you guys are so upset about Laura. She was a really big bitch and a really big bully. And everyone's like, nuh-uh. And then the boyfriend of the main character is like, she actually kind of was a big bully. And she's like, no, I knew her differently. So it could have been that, like, you know, he knew that they all did it, and then he was like, haha, she deserved it, but then maybe he saw that, wait a second, my friends are just doing the exact same thing that, you know, that she did to me, to her. Wow, this is really fucked up, but I have super hacker powers and I smoke weed, so there you go. Also, he makes salsa. That makes him flatulent. This was a point at the beginning of the film. But, yeah, so... White people problems.
Yeah.
Although I think one of the girls was meant to be Hispanic, but I couldn't tell. She could have just been a really tan white person. So white people problems.
She had more Brazilian features.
And she could have been half Brazilian, maybe.
I don't mean that to be racist.
Like the classical, like very thin
yeah.
face kind of. Yeah, I can see it.
Some people will call me racist for that. But
It's not racist because
Kill
aren't like Brazilian women considered like the most beautiful women in the world or something?
yeah, it's shaping of the cheekbones thing.
But yeah, so I mean, you can go see it if you want, but you know,
if you're in America, you probably
everyone.
can.
I mean, I think
finished in the cinema
didn't
there.
someone say that like everyone on Channel Awesome equally hated it? So
And
you've already seen their reviews of it.
I think that, well, I'm sort of weird in that because the parts that everyone hates, I'm like, it's no worse than any other horror film.
The funniest part of it to me, the part that actually made me laugh, was she goes onto Google and searches random video chat sites.
Yeah.
And then the fourth link down is chat roulette, and she clicks on and it's already logged in as her, so she clearly has an account in chat roulette.
Oh my goodness! And then one of the things she clicked was already purple.
Yeah, there were several links where, you know, just random, really, really random, odd things were already purple as though they'd been clicked on before.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, interestingly, about a year ago, there was a little chat on a Skype thing with Tigritic people where someone suggested, I can't remember who this is, suggested that we try to do a Skype-based movie with this sort of plot with Tigritic people.
Actually,
And film it all separately.
I think that might have been me.
Was it you? Okay.
Oh, I for a while have been touting the hub-based way to do something, but this is when it was looking like maybe independently a few of us could get together over in Illinois, and I said, well, you guys could have one filming location, and you could do stuff like basically as if it was through Skype. But this was a long time ago.
I know myself, separately, I was trying to work out ideas for a Skype-based horror film because I think it's a really good concept.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept.
And she was using a Mac, too. I don't like Macs. But then he's like, oh, look, download this Trojan blocker. And I said, oh, I thought Macs couldn't get viruses.
Yeah,
with its dramatic sound effect.
It took 20 seconds.
Copyright Kennington, so he wrote it. It was his program.
Yeah.
So
it took 20 seconds to scan her PC and find 64 threats or something.
Well, maybe it was scanning... Maybe he might have tweaked it so it was scanning just a specific directory, like just Skype.
Yeah.
Because it downloaded pretty quick. I mean, she sent it over email, and it downloaded pretty quick. So it must have been small. I don't know. And so our roommate, the evil genius, who basically I probably fixed our router this morning. You know, we told them if you would have just a field day, you'd go crazy watching. They're like, no, you can do this. Oh, wait, no, you'd have to go into your IP settings.
I have seen Neil when he's crazy after watching a film. You should have seen him after watching Prometheus in the cinema for opening night. Oh, boy, violence.
I have similar opinions to Neil, I just don't express them as violently. I'm a tech genius.
You are a tech genius. But are you an evil genius?
Well, it depends on how you categorize evil.
Wait. New channel awesome person. Z's an evil genius.
No, but like one time, I don't even know why we were talking about this, but Neil was like, "Oh yeah, well I know how to kill an entire family if they live in like rural areas," and we're like, "How?" And he goes, "Well, just pour a whole bunch of bleach into their septic tank, and eventually the chlorine gas will work its way up through the toilets and kill them." And we're like,
It's better if you put a handful of copper coins in there as well.
"We'll make it look as a catalyst."
Oh yeah, but just the copper reacts with the bleach, not even as a catalyst. It makes mustard gas.
Oh.
Well,
Because it tends to copper oxide and copper chloride both can mix to basically make the effects of ammonia being in the bleach.
That's true.
this has been
All right, well
your
then-
crime part.
You
of
can
the
be.
of
You
the
can
deal.
share the evil genius. You can be the Belfast evil genius. You can be the Derry evil genius.
Yay!
You have your whole half of the country and half of the lock. Would you stop with the chocolate? It was just so much chocolate.
Also,
you guys.
never do the stupid thing of burying a body in a graveyard. If you've killed someone.
Well, wouldn't
Why
people
not?
who run the graveyard be like, "Wow, wait a second, why is this grave recently
They found
interred?"
one that's already, the day after a burial. What's wrong with that idea?
Because it's
Don't you need a backhoe?
undertakers have a lot of notice on how things are done. If you do it slightly wrong, undertakers will notice very
Hire an
quickly.
undertaker to do it, or an ex-undertaker who's
Well, that's
who
just
was
ano-
fired
that's
for drug
another
abuse and
loose
now
end
it's-
you have to close up.
Yeah,
That would be like the guy from the
the wrestler.
Mary Jane's Last Dance, the video.
If this undertaker was fired from the heady world of undertaking because of his drug addiction, and now he helps you bury bodies.
Don't-
My uncle
for
is
the
an
criminal.
undertaker who was
Don't
fired from the heady
anyone
world.
take that
Does
don't
he
anyone
not-
take that idea?
Does he now
Copyright
work for
or
the
trademarking
mafia?
this.
Or burying bodies?
That would be cool.
Or you bury all of them in a forest, and then if there's zombies, you've seen Versus, it'll be great.
But
You would be
yeah.
better leaving a body unattended in the middle of some woodland than trying to bury it at a graveyard.
Well, because scavengers. Although I guess there aren't many scavengers here. They would just be bugs, really.
Exposure.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like if you went to the Rocky Mountains and left a body, then scavengers would eat most of it and drag bits away, and then bugs would come and eat up the bones.
We do have quarry prawns.
Yeah, but like what are you doing back there? Stop it. But then I guess there may be badgers here. I don't know if badgers eat corpses. Can
Oh,
someone
honey
get on that?
badgers.
Do we? I thought we
Don't
had,
call her honey.
I thought we had regular badgers here. I've never seen a badger here. I mean, I haven't even
We
seen
have
a
quarry
hedgehog
pecans.
yet. Lying liar.
Do you not know what a quarry pecan is? It's like a little leprechaun that gave up the leprechauning ways and became a miner. They're not quite dwarfs, so they're quarry pecans.
And they sit outside of Quayside and
No.
play a little pipe with a hat in front of them.
They
so you can
live in
throw
the
some
Brehen
pence.
quarry and they work a 12-hour shift every day digging stone.
They're the ones at the face the quarry sign. The Brehen quarry, it says danger quarry face, but someone like altered it says danger queer face. They're queer mining pecorns. Cons.
Quarry pecans.
Whatever.
I just made my own mythology. I are a genius.
You can like go then put a page up online and people be like, I'm Corpiconkin.
People have told me I look a little bit Corpican.
Stop that. I'm sure we've told that story before.
Anyway,
Yeah, pretty much. Just,
It's shit.
yeah, it's just, I mean, Ouija was better than this.
no.
It had,
This had violence, Ouija didn't.
but yes, but Ouija had that amazing house, the house in Ouija, like everyone had
No,
these amazing,
Stop
so
saying
was good.
Ouija.
No.
It's Ouija.
Oh, sorry.
Ouija was terrible.
But in that
This is
movie,
better.
there were two really great houses, and they were decorated really well. And there was just none of that in
There's
this.
gonna be a fight between us.
Pyramid was better than this.
No.
Yes, it was, because
No.
at least it had, like, Egyptian interest in it.
Pyramid had like an amazing house
No.
with its CGI.
Pyramid
hairless
had
cats.
actual, like, Egyptian mythology, even if they twisted it a little bit.
Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, was better than this.
No.
Plus they had like they had not the Quakers.
Go on. Go as far as to say as above, so below. Go.
No.
You want to say it. You
I didn't-
want
no.
to.
I didn't like
do you know
it.
what was better than this? The Conjuring.
No.
No, it wasn't. God, oh, The Conjuring was
Conjuring's-
terrible.
Oh, we saw
Fucking
a trailer for Insidious 3.
Insidious.
Insidious. Although the
Blah.
Although the good part of Insidious 2 was their kitchen had this amazing sink, and I want a sink.
Omega watches bad horror films to look at the fucking decor.
I get distracted if something is not exciting and if it's boring and I don't care. But even if I'm paying attention, I will like in Avengers at the end, Hawkeye's kid is reading one of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, and it's Roger Rules. It's the dark blue one. But like I just notice details about the background, and I can't help it if I lust after other people's furnishings.
This is better than Pyramid.
We also saw a trailer for a horror movie that was so...
Oh, The Gallows.
Yeah. Now, The Gallows is going to be so good because their entire trailer was one jump scare.
Yeah, it was...
This just points to a greatly thought out movie.
Like, the imagery of an empty gallows, or even a full gallows, is pretty compelling. I mean, that's
Did
pretty
you see
horrifying.
Gallows? I saw a woman in a house in a red light.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, what I'm saying is, like, you could have used that, if that's the title. Like, we went to the jail in, what was it called? The one in
Cumberland Road?
Belfast?
Yeah.
Cumberland Road Jail. And we stood in the execution cell, where they have the actual wooden beam and a noose hanging down. And
That
it's
was
not,
used.
it was not one, no, it was the number 2 noose.
It was still used. There were two
Yeah.
of the 3 are in the jail.
One of my groomsmen
was-
used to work there.
Oh,
In the
wow.
cafe.
Oh, but
Not a...
the jail. But it was
You
still
didn't execute
affecting.
people.
Like, the tour guide's going on, and you're in this all, white cell, and you're looking up at a noose, and you realize that, men lost their lives attached to that beam, and that is affecting. But then this girl was just like, looking into the camera when, like, red light of an exit sign, and she gets dragged off
And
down
she's
the
got like a
hallway.
thing on her neck. She's got like now in retrospect, it's a gallows. It's like she's been tried to be hung or something.
Yeah.
But at the time, it looked like it was a monster gonna burst out of her neck.
But it was so bad, and I'm like, you could have just done this so cheaply, just using basically images you found in stock footage.
If you want
But-
to see a film with the word gallows in the title, watch Wesley Snipes in Gallows Walkers, which is basically Blade with zombies who are executed by hanging,
There you go.
and it's a cowboy movie.
But so
It's
anyway,
terrible, but it's amusing.
we're gonna go fall down on the floor, so don't see it. Just trust us. Get it on DVD if you have to. It'll hit the dollar store soon.
If you're interested in various types of filmmaking, then you might find something worthwhile in it.
No, you won't. The
I
end.
did.
The end.
It was boring.
Yep.
So boring that I'm yawning right now.
He's actually in the process of dying right this second.
We all are. That's life.
Well,
No!
we died. Wake up from death now.